now, but I'm just going to go for this straight away. So, the riots are upon us. Ow, all I can hear is ringing in my ears. The riots are upon us. Okay? There's been steady rioting for the last 4 days, and here we are. All of the bullshit that I've been talking about in my school and everything like that, and the kids that didn't come from me have manifested themselves on the street in this manner. Now, let's remember who I am. All the people that come through me have ended up at university. All the people that are representative of my efforts are in university. All the other students who are representative of the of everything that was bad in the educational system that I've been talking about have manifested themselves on the streets. And the media has played a very disgusting. All of a sudden, everything has turned. Since the Conservative Party has come in, everything has turned. And the BBC and Sky News are two of the most disgusting, media, whorish, lying outlets. In all of us, you should be able to believe the BBC in terms of impartiality. But in terms of the news articles that came out about the killing of Mark Duggan and what they said had happened first in order to make us not care about the supposed victim, make us believe that he was some sort of gunman, some sort of criminal who shot back at the police, when that was flagrantly a lie, and then also finding out that the police bullet that apparently lodged in the police in the policeman's radio that apparently saved his life was actually a police issue bullet fired from an MP5. And the police carry MP5s. So all of the lies fell apart very quickly with this story. I live in Tottenham. I live in Edmonton. And I went up the road to have a look. So all of this bullshit that you see in the news about it being a black riot is just racist bullshit. Yeah, there are black people there. In the pockets of areas where there are predominantly black people, guess what? There are predominantly black people rioting. But all over the place, you got white boys nicking stuff left, right, and the centre. Just turn on the news. I'm looking at the news right now. I can see 3 white boys walking away from the scene of a crime. It's the white boys that are putting in the planks through the bus windows, as I'm watching right here. It's spread up into Liverpool. It's up in Manchester. And Sky News was saying they couldn't predict where this was going to go next. Well, I could have told you where this was going to go next. Now, here's the thing. This is the disgusting thing that's happened with everything that I've been trying to do. When I was trying to talk to young black kids and give them a sense of pride and a sense of self-esteem and knowledge about their history, I was derided. Okay, I was belittled, and you'd have these little cabals saying, "Oh, don't listen to him. Oh, what does he know?" Well, yeah, well, here, there's your result. Your result is manifest on the streets, smashing up shit right now. Well done. Right? Because the alternative would have been to have had a lot of politicized youth who wouldn't have smashed up their own neighborhood. They wouldn't have smashed up the local businesses, but they would have taken their grievance straight to the police station. And they know this. But now that they've got all these kids dumbed down through materialistic bombardment of media, what are they? Well, you get what you cultivate. So what are they nicking? They're nicking trainers, they're going to the phone shops, they're going for everything material. Whereas our generation went for things that were spiritual and legal and rights. And it was an embarrassment on the copybook of this culture's history. The things that they were doing, they were getting away with. Now they are able to get away with this stuff, and any subsequent riot is not going to be led politically or with any moralistic lead. It's going to be straight commercial. So you're going to have people like in the B&Q, like in the Comet, nicking, people walking out with 50-inch TVs. Well, of course this was going to happen. And I know exactly who helped create this circumstance. A few things I need to get to. The gang thing. Fantastic. Everybody in different ends representing, hooking up, contacting each other on BB. Obviously, it's for about. Do I condone the violence? No, but it was the police that put these gangs in these areas in the first place. Do you think we're completely stupid? The police didn't want a repetition of what happened 25 years ago at the Broadwater Farm riots. They didn't want all black people to come together. So what did they do? They implemented these stupid little gangs, and loads of little black kids went for it. But you know what? It's come back to bite them in the arse, because at a time when there should have been unified consensus black outrage and other killing, Instead of all of us being in one place, everybody was at different ends. Wood Green started to kick off. Tottenham kicked off. Hackney kicked off. Okay, fine. You want black youth disparate? You've got the black youth disparate. And guess what? They're destroying all the local neighbourhoods. Okay? This is what has been created. This is what's being created. The government didn't want a unified black collective consciousness, so they separated you all into gangs, and now it's come back to bite them in the ass because all the gangs are robbing everywhere. Now, here's the thing. The stupid thing about you gangs and what you're doing is that everything that you're doing can't even be categorized as an insurrection, as an uprising of the people, because you're just doing blatant robbery and theft. Your desire to do blatant robbery and theft is as a direct resultant of the negative economy in which we find ourselves right now. That is why it's not only young black kids looting, it's old people, it's them Irish people, it's white people, it's people all over the place that's looting around here. If you look at the pictures, everybody's looting, and the excessive looting is as a direct result of the economy. The spark was the same old thing. The racist cabal within the police force killing black people and thinking they're going to get away with it. Now, earlier on in the year, they killed Smiley Culture. When they went round to arrest him, apparently he went next door to make a cup of tea and stabbed himself in the chest during the arrest. Now, you tell me what black man is allowed to go next door unsupervised by the police and make a cup of tea in the middle of arrest. It's bullshit. So they killed Smiley Culture. Now they've killed this guy as well, and they've tried to cover up in exactly the same manner. Remember, now I went out and I got eyewitness reports that said the guy was lying down when he was shot. Turns out the police lies have already come. Listen, this is a straight lie, it's a straight killing, right? Some of you remember the killing in America of the young black guy that was lying down on his back. No one would have believed it unless the video was there just showing the policeman pulling out his gun and shooting the black guy in the back. And the same thing's happened here. Now, whose fault is it? Now, it's the fault of teachers. 100%. Of course, it's the fault of the government, because the government have cut all the programs. This place is coming like a ghost town. All the clubs have been closed down, right? And now all the youth clubs are down, right? And now you might say, oh, what about we didn't have youth clubs, we used to play the street. Okay, it was not just the youth clubs, there's other routes into education and all the youth programs that I used to run, the music technology programs that not only got young people into music technology, it also made them computer literate, and they'd go off to the design, or even some of them even into journalism and writing. But it was creating numerous different avenues out of the ghetto. All of that has been taken away, and so this is what you get. In terms of Darcus Howe, who the hell does that stupid bitch on BBC think she is, trying to accuse Darcus Howe of being a rioter? This is one of our foremost intellectuals. And another thing, the reason why it sounds so bloody strange to have an old man like Darcus Howe is because the entire society has spent so much time shutting up black men. Black men have had no voice, okay? It's been a complete tirade against the opinions of young black men, and it's allowed itself to... And if you look at Sky News, who is Sky News asking about any of this stuff? Are they asking any intellectual, educated black men who live in the area? Hell no! They're going for the most stupidest, I work for the youth club, and the black people need to stop it, it's young. They go for the most illiterate, the most illiterate people out there, and they look hot, they scour the place high and low. Okay, looting is a direct result of the economy, and the people that they're getting to represent and try and talk for black people are young and dumb, and they're trying to do it again. So obviously, Darcus Howe is going to be a little bit of a shock to this woman. She thought, oh, I'll just accuse him of being in the riots. Stupid woman. And if you haven't seen that article, check it out. I'll put a link down. And what's going to happen when I think this is a precursor to what's coming. It's a precursor. What's going to happen when the real thing comes? When Iran says, oh, turns the tap off on the oil. What's going to happen when the Egyptians really take power back in their place and they turn off the oil? All of those lorries and trucks that deliver down into Safeways and to Morrison's and to Tesco's, they're not going to bring in any food. What happens when there's going to be food riots? You see what you just saw there? That's going to be nothing. When you see, you want to use terms like hordes. Yeah, you're going to see hordes looting and wrecking places like Asda as soon as the real bottom of this economy kicks in. Who are we fooling? Another thing, Alex Jones. What the hell is that? Alex Jones has shown his face. So my elders said to me some time ago that The racists are going to show their face in a manner that you wouldn't believe. You think everything is calm now, right now? The racists are going to show their face. Well, right now, Alex Jones has just shown his face. I mean, talk about badgering someone into saying, what now? What color were the guys that pulled him out of the truck? And what color was the driver? Where he was white and they were black. So you say, black man? Listen, if you're a black man and you're driving through the ends in a BMW, not in the BMW, excuse me, because you're allowed to have one of those. If you're driving through if you're a black man right now and you're driving through the ends in a Porsche or a Ferrari, you're gonna get dragged out of the car. Who the fuck do you think you are driving through this economically deprived area right now with tensions running so high, flossing your big motor like that? Well, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So people, idiots who do stupid middle-class twats who decided to come down and have a look at the riots. Hey, let's go and have a look at the riots. Yeah, those people are getting taxed, right? That's what happens in civil disturbances. Last but not least, the BNP and EDF. Now, I've just seen a couple of videos about their march around. Yeah, we're the EDF, right? We're the Enfield gang, and we're here to protect our neighbours. Oh, you're here to protect our neighbours. How many? 4 days into this. Where were you? Where were you 3 days? Now, do I want the BNP running around? But hey, listen, at the end of the day, it's the dumbest of the dumb Negroes on the street that's doing the looting. Okay? The intelligent black people aren't doing the looting. If the EDF and the BNP really wanted to get their hands stuck into some real niggerdom, they should have been out on the first day or the second day or the third day, not the fourth day and the fifth day when there's cameras and 1,600 police, 16,000 police drafted into Central. And what the fuck is that? Those people got no fucking balls. You want to talk about it right now? You want to roam around in the streets in gangs of 200 looking for new Stephen Lawrences, right? New young black guys who are on the way to university and can't fight off 200 men when you had the real deal earlier on. Where the fuck was your ass then? Just goes to show people are full of shit. But it's the real deal. It's the real deal. We're here. We're almost there. This has been the killing of another black man once again. You can't get away with killing black people. Haven't you? Did you learn nothing in 25 years? You can't get away with killing black people. But the subsequent looting is a direct result of the economic effects, and we're seeing that. And make no mistake, this is exactly the same type of rioting that we're seeing all around the world in terms of austerity measure. These are austerity riots, okay? These are austerity riots. Is anyone condoning the riots? Hell no, how does it make sense condoning something where you burn someone's business down? But all those middle class twats who are living in the hood, what, did you think you could live around poor people, right? Everything was good and the hood's really trendy, y'all. As long as, our era is really multicultural. As long as the people stay down at the bottom. Okay, as long as they stay down there as a pressure cooker, then it's cool for you to live in a fucking hood, right? As long as you can ignore the poverty. Well, the poverty is not going to ignore you.